Hi everybody, this is Pramita here, and this is my design team project for um, after midnight design. So this is actually a guest design team project, you can say, because I don't do it for every month. But sometimes when I have the time and when Marie wants me to do a project, I just hop in. So this is actually an altered paper bag that I have used, and not altered paper bag, what am I saying, it is a brown paper lunch bag that I've altered to make it look like this. So this is the back, and there is a big pocket, and this is actually late Sunday evening, and me and my husband were enjoying a cup of coffee together, and he was working at the desktop that we have in the same room, and so I decided to just film this along. But I am doing this voiceover only because I was talking with him, and I thought that if I film this I will do a voiceover. But also the voiceover came with a lot of hiccups, and this is around the third time that I'm doing this. So I'm pretty exasperated at the hiccups that I'm facing. But anywho, so this is the name of the kit that I'm using. It's called Vintage Ladies Junk Journal, and yeah, it is a huge kit, and I've not printed out everything from this kit because I can always print them out later on. So this is my cup of coffee. I can always print them out later on at some time, and that's it. So um, that's going to be this, and here are the ephemera pieces that are going to go inside the journal later on. Lots of envelopes, lots of journal cards, postcards, coin envelopes, and stuff like that. Some pockets, some tags. I'm just keeping them aside, and this is a large envelope that came in the kit, and I've also printed that envelope out on vellum sheet. So this is the vellum printout of a page. And again, I've not printed a ton of vellum because I've only printed those that I might use in the project. So what I've done to this envelope is that I've trimmed that part out, and I've used that as a pocket on the front cover. uh, so I'm going to show you how the pocket goes. Just a second. So here's a large pocket, this is a belly band, and so this can be a pocket like just let me show you. So I can put something of a small tag over here. This is a side loading pocket, and yeah, so that's that. And I will be using these vellum in several ways so that I don't have any leftovers as such, because that then becomes a headache. It's very difficult to amalgamate these scraps into some other projects. So I'm trying to be mindful of the fact that how much I print, not just print everything and anything that comes my way. So I'm selecting those pages that I will require in the project. So and I'm printing those pages out only. So this is a page that had those cute small postcards and the tag, and I printed that out on vellum. So maybe I'm going to do a vellum postcard, something similar to what Rachel from Roxy Creations had done. And this is a tag. I might make a tag booklet or something interesting, a tag pocket or something. I am not sure of right away, but something definitely, and I'm going to share that once I get the idea of how I'm going to execute the plan. So I'll definitely share my idea when I get to that point. So again, I just need a sip of coffee. Sunday was a hectic day for both of us. We're not getting younger, and as you know that I have my mother living close by. So this is one of the pages. Just let me share those. And this is another page that is left. This is another one. So these pages will either be used into making journal cards, tags, or whatever. I'm not sure about that because there are quite a few envelopes in the kit, so I'm not going to be making any more envelopes, that's for sure. And these are some tiny elements that came in the kit, you know. So this is the watercolor paper that I've added on the front. So as I open this, here is this page from the kit. And I will be adding something extra on the front page, some tea-dyed paper. This is a tiny tuck that I want to create a pocket for. And this is a lined page, some vintage book page. You can write around this portion, and some lined page again, some page from the kit, some grid paper, some office ephemera. I'm not sure from which shop this is because I do have a penchant for buying office ephemera printables. Also, this is another pocket, tiny scrap pocket that I've created from scrap vellum and the watercolor paper. So again, some office ephemera, some tea stained paper, and this is the middle of the journal. So for the middle page, what I've done is I've added a vellum piece as a backing to this otherwise white back. I have not printed them out double-sided. So, and I've created a pocket, large pockets on both the sides. So you can see it's a very big pocket. If I want, I can put a journal card inside, and even if I don't put anything in, it's going to look so pretty. So how I've done stitching is that I've stitched the middle first, and then I have adjusted the vellum accordingly. And these are the small tiny bits, itsy bitsy things that come in the kit, like ticket ephemera, some hexagons, some tabs and others. So I will be creating some irregular pockets, and that is the main reason why I am doing this video. I will be showing you how I create irregular stacked look in pockets, so with scraps of course, and I'm going to do that. So I'm going to add pocket to this already folded piece. You don't need to have this folded piece, but the folded piece I felt needed a little bit of height as a pocket, and I want to add that height, but not in the same order. I mean, I do not want a single pocket that will go up in a single dimension. I want that layered, staggered kind of look. So for that I need to make staggered look pocket, and I'm going to cut a little bit of this scrap. This was actually cut out from one of the pages that I've used in the journal. So I just need to trim off the extra raggedy side that I have, and then I'm going to work on the pocket. So here I'm just trimming this off just to smoothen out the edges. And you don't need to do this in the same fashion, you can do it in a rectangular fashion also. But since this journal is kind of a squarish, it is around 6 by 6, so I decided to go with this kind of squared boxy kind of pocket. So you'll see I'll take off this white extra bit, and I will use some of the tickets and hexagons that come in the kit. So this is the first thing that would go in, and then I'm going to add the pocket ticket and the hexagon. So this is the ticket strip that come in the, this is one of the ticket strips that come in the kit. There is another kind of strip where you do not have that word admit one. It is of some florals as images, but I felt that I need to use this one because there is enough floral element in this tiny square that I've cut down. I don't need any more floral interest. So I decided to use this. And yeah, you might think that I'm totally off the screen. That's true, but that's also because there's nothing basically to see. I will show you how I'm going to layer this up. So this is going to go in like this, and I need to add something which will add more height. Now I could have kept it like this also. I could have added one more ticket of different kind, but I wanted to use these hexagons. They come in quite a lot in the kit, and so I decided to, well, I should be using some of these. So I decided to use this lady. There are quite a variety of these hexagons, and I have worked with these kind of hexagons before. Personally, I prefer them over circles. uh, I'm sorry about these sounds. There are constant notifications from here and there, so I just need to figure out this pocket configuration, and then I'm going to glue this down. So no, I'm not going to glue this down on the page itself, but then there will be no pocket. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this thing on a piece of so this is going to be the opening. So I'm going to glue only one side to the page, and the rest will be fixed on the small folded piece that we have of the music sheet. It's going to be attached there, so it will have two sides open and two sides fixed. So now what I'll do is I'm going to layer this or glue this entire setup, or the entire cluster, onto a printer paper. Now I will be using a cheap quality printer paper because I have bought this just to stagger or layer or do some process um, of these kinds um, so I'm going to just look for some glue. So yeah, so here I have my PVA glue bottle, and I'm just trying to open this up. This is a new bottle. Unfortunately, it did not cooperate at all. No glue came out of the nozzle, and I kept on trying for a while, and then I gave up. I even used my that paper cutter knife, but it still didn't work, and I was so frustrated. I decided that okay, I'm not going to use this, I'm going to use some glue stick. But then I was running low on glue sticks as usual, and I decided to go and bring some new glue sticks that I already have in my stash. So I have today had been hectic, as I was saying, but today was also a very painful day for me because I think I've torn a ligament of mine, and now I can't move my leg much without having huge doses of painkiller, which is not very good for me considering my other health issues. But what to do? I have to keep on going. So I am on a lot of pain meds, and I'm just trying to do the best I can. I hope this works out, and I am going to be gluing this small square on the paper, and then I'm going to trim around that. I'll just show you after I have inked everything up. So this is how the entire thing is looking after inking everything up basically. So as I said, I've hurt my leg. I don't remember where. This is an old injury I've had. I had a road accident when I was 24 or 25. I fell down inside an under construction road manhole. Those huge sewer holes that they have on the road, and the road was absolutely pitch dark. I had no idea that was open. It didn't have a lid, and I was just trying to do a shortcut and I fell down that, not I fell down, like one of my leg fell into the um, that whole huge swear and sewer, and I was partially on the top, sort of manhole, you can say. It's a huge hole. It was under construction, so everything was, all the stones and rocks were strewn all around, and it was pitch dark. I didn't know that the lid was open, and I just fell partially inside that. And then I just managed to lift myself up. There was a friend with me, but she could not be of any help at that point of time. Anyways, I just am trying to figure out the lighting, because I thought it was a little dark looking, but then everything was okay. I just didn't want to play around anymore. So what happened was, I fell down and then I picked myself up. I was badly injured, as expected, and I went to the local hospital, because I was visiting one of my friends who lived in a hostel. So this was actually a university town, and they had very basic health facilities. And I was just for there for a few days, just visiting my friend and just traveling around, sort of thing. So I was just given some basic medical assistance, and I went back home. But I had torn a ligament of my leg around that time. So that was a bad injury that I had, and it healed, of course, in course of time. But I had to be careful or mindful, you can say. But I don't know, somehow I've hurt myself again, and this time it's a bad one. And this time I'm not 23, I'm 52. So the injury is taking a long time to heal, and it's just one after the other, just as Cindy said. Yes, darling, it's just one after the other. My health is my big nemesis. Um, um, I don't know how long this will go on. Like, you don't know how long you're going to live unless and until you have certain divine plan. So, and I don't have any divine plan, so I really don't know. But I'm trying to do my best, as I always say. But my best might not be somebody's best. So just hoping that I'll get better in a few days' time or in a few weeks' time. Also, a few days back, what happened was, I was out on my evening walk. Now, I take classes in the evening, and I finish my classes around 7:30 in p.m., and then I go for a brisk walk or run or whatever you can say, because I need to control my weight. Keep a watch on that. Control my weight is not the right word. I need to keep a watch on that. And yeah, so I do that. And while I was away, while I was on my evening walk, I don't know what's happened. Evening walk, it started to rain suddenly. There was no forecast for rain. I don't know what happened, and it started to rain so heavily that and I obviously I didn't bring any umbrella or raincoat or anything. So I got drenched, and I was walking very quickly. Maybe I have hurt my leg around that time. I was not sure, because I wanted to reach home as quickly as possible. So this is how the pocket was looking, and I'm pretty happy with this. So probably I will go on with the same idea on the other side. Usually I create pockets in pairs, but that isn't always the case. Sometimes I do add a stray flip out a pocket. It doesn't have to be always balanced in pairs, I mean. So this is how it's looking. So we're going to create another pocket for the other side. but it's not going to be exactly same. I do not create exactly same pockets. They probably will have the same elements, but they will also be a little bit different, because that's what makes things interesting. Who I wouldn't like to do the same thing again and again, and that is one of the reasons, I do not like to do custom orders, because yeah, I do custom orders, but because I when I create something, I do not have a prototype in mind. I do not have any prototype once that journal gets sold out. So it's very difficult for me to recreate exactly something that I had created probably 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, or maybe even a year. But I try to do my best, as I say always, because I've been getting some questions about custom orders, some requests, and I told them that right now I'm not taking any custom orders unless and until I feel that I'm ready to take on custom orders. Um, but it's not that I'm not going to take custom orders. I will also have a very soon. Also going to have a journal restock in my shop. So keep watching for that, because I already have made quite a few journals that need to go into the shop, and I will do a separate video for that. So that's that, and I'm going to use that ticket again, another scrap, and the elements are going to be the same, but they are going to be layered in a different fashion. So just as I was saying, yeah, so I've had this accident, and then it was way back, even before I got married, I had my child. So I forgot about it. I didn't bother, but I don't know how I have hurt myself again, hurt my leg again, basically. And it was a very difficult injury that I had to, survive, because I've had such deep gashes on my, feet, soles, not the soles, but on top of my feet, that they took months to heal. I couldn't wear all kinds of shoes. There were certain kinds that I could only wear because of those deep cut marks that I had, and they had to be cleaned every day. They had to be dressed, and the gash was so deep. It was very misleading, because it was deep, but on the front itself, like at the top, it looked like a shallow cut. You don't know how deep that is, and it was not healing. So my mom kept on cleaning that stuff, dressing that up. She was behind all that thing, when I was growing up. But my father was also very upset, because I had that deep cut on my feet, and it bugged him, and it took quite a while to heal. And I was in college at that time, so I had other activities, like I had to go to college. Then I was teaching around that time, so I had those assignments also. Yeah, I somebody had asked me, how long have I been teaching. I have been teaching since I was in college, on and off, because I stopped teaching once I got married. And then when I had my son, totally devoted my time to him. I stopped doing, I mean, any kind of job. But when he was growing up, after he was around 6, 7, 8 years old, I started teaching again, and I joined a school. I taught in a school for a few years, but then again I left that job, because I like more of a freelance kind of work, because I needed to have some flexible timings, because I had a small child who was growing up. I didn't have any kind of support system. Like, my parents lived far away from where I lived. So, of course, I needed to take care of him, and he was my priority. So, and my husband was also posted somewhere in another city. So, I was the only one who was doing all the running around, and I decided to give up my job. But I did do some freelance coaching, teaching sort of assignments which came along the way. So that was constant, that was something that I was doing even before I was doing my job, and even after I left my job, and that continued for a very long time till COVID hit. you know just when COVID hit, I decided to take a break because I was afraid of going out. I was afraid of doing these assignments, and schools were online and the syllabus had changed. So there were lots of factors playing. And I just thought that, okay, I'm going to take a break. And I also, lost all my assignments because nobody wanted me uh, back where I was teaching. So that suited me fine, basically, because I could devote more time to my Etsy shop. And also, I started making more journals. And I'm still making journals. It's just that maybe I'm not listing them, but there's going to come a huge relisting of journals. Some of my new journals are going to be listed, as some older journals are also going to make appearance, because what happened last time was I just listed them, and then again there was this lockdown and shipping became so difficult. So I decided that I'm going to take off all those listings from the shop and try and keep only the digital items. There are going to be more physical items this time, hopefully, as I have some journals that are ready to go in. So if you are watching this video, then thank you for watching, hanging around for so long. I have had so many new subscribers. Thank you, ladies, for supporting me. And you can support me in other ways also. There are links in the description box to my other social media links, and to my Facebook group. So I'm also trying to be more mindful of going live on Facebook. So if you are a member of my Facebook group, then you will have access to that. I will create a poll in Facebook group about the timing when you want me to go live, so that I can have maximum number of ladies joining in and watching me do crafty stuff, talk, and share all the things that I'm up to. So this is how the second cluster staggered pocket is going to look. So these are just going to be added as elements, and I'm not sure which one is going to go in on which side. Basically, this is this. So they can be like this, or they can be the other way around. Like I can switch the right hand cluster to the left hand and the left hand cluster to the right hand. I'm not sure about that, so we'll see what happens. And this is how it's looking. So I'm pretty happy with the way things are. So you can create certain staggered look pockets like these. And now I'm going to put the page back. So I'm just looking into the papers. So this is where I had taken that music sheet. Yeah, so I have that paper clip to mark that, and I'm just going to put that sheet back. And I will create the pockets before I create the ephemera, because I don't want to create a lot of ephemera. Then I will not have enough space to put this chunky journal inside. So let me see how many pockets I create, and then accordingly I will decide on the ephemera. So I'm going to glue on two sides, one side, and one side is going to be attached with that fold out portion. So it will have two open sides, and now I can put something in. So that's the concept. Let's see how things go. And I might not stitch everything on this, but just add a little bit of stitching interest, you can say. That's it, and I need to clean this off. And for the front cover, I have this plan of adding some sort of a flip out pocket or flips, flip kind of element, which I will show you how I add that. So that's the idea. So it's not going to be blank, it's going to be a flip out tag pocket or maybe a flip out envelope, something of that sort. I'm not exactly sure. So once I start doing that, I'm going to share and show you what I plan on having. So thank you ladies for watching this. It's been a long evening video, and if you like these rambly video sort of thing, then of course I will be more than happy to do that. So bye everybody, have a great day.